Hi and welcome to PM Models stroke Flory Models review time. Today we are going to be reviewing the Border Models new tooled 1/35 Messerschmitt Bf109. So this is part number Bf001, as we can see, and this is the limited edition one, which comes with a choice of a mystery pilot. So you get a choice of whichever one we will have a look at in there. Okay, you get some photo etch and a few metal rockets and a propeller, metal propeller, which again I think is limited edition, a full engine, and yeah, that's about it I think. So we get a choice of a few decal schemes. So we've got Hartmann's and who's that one? Barkhorn, there we go. And another one who we don't know who that is, but there we go. We'll wing that one on. So, without further ado, I will pass you over to my esteemed colleague here, Nathan, who is going to do the inbox review. Okay. There we go.
A G6.
Original idea.
Yeah. I think it's because they had over 100,000 of the things in real life. So, start with the instructions. We start with the engine. So, the fully detailed engine, and then straight onto the cockpit. It's looking quite good with instrument panels. More work on the engine. You also get the two guns, rudders, fuel lines, which hopefully is in clear parts as well, and the sort of throttle. And then all that comes together. It's quite similar to the Edard kit once you put all the brassing options in it. And then we've got tail wheels. We've got, it's hard looking at the camera at the same time, option to display the engine with the cowlings up, wheels in 4 parts with plenty of options for, looks like deploy flaps as well, and separate ailerons. Hartmann's 109 didn't have this machine gun because the F and G didn't have machine guns in the wing, but there's the option to add them underneath. And then you've got some rocket pods as well. These were designed to fire into formations of American bombers, so that's a nice option because usually that's aftermarket only. And it all starts to come together with the radiators. Canopies, what's really nice to see straight out in the instructions, you've got the early and the later style canopy, so it looks like you've got a good range of options with the G6. You can do the very early one or the later earlier canopy. And then it looks like we're into markings, doesn't it? So the painting guide is, it's all going to be RLM 74, 75, 76. They're giving call outs in MIG paints and actually giving the proper RLM descriptions. So these are looking like these are the, I'm not getting into that.
Mid.
There's no RLM 83 on here. That's
oh my god.
Go for that. So I mean the markings are fairly similar, but
So the paint call outs are wide MIG ammo.
MIG ammo, yeah.
Obviously,
but real colour. I mean, it's nice and easy to cross-reference because they're giving you the 76, the 04, 75 and 74 as well. And ooh, what's this? These are
finished one, isn't it?
Not included in the kit, but they've given you some more, a finished one as well. So there's a couple. Crikey, this is nice. Again, lots and lots of marking options that are not included. So I wonder if that's a hint of decal sheets to come. So, should we do the decals and the metal? So it looks like we've got some, I'm not sure what number 1's for, but it looks like we've got something for the wheels, and is that the radiator? Or the exhaust cowlings, not sure. Come across those in a bit. And the decals are, seem to be, well, there's not too many registration problems with that, but they're really flat, aren't they? Very flat. But
look nice though.
which you've got these sort of swastika options included as well. So let's start. What should we start with?
Start with, we shall start with the fuselage. That might be a decent place to start. Find out the wing. There we go. Let's try that one. What they like.
So straight off, even before it's out of the bag, I can see they've got lots of rivet detail, but I think that's appropriate for the scale, isn't it?
So do you need to zoom in?
Yeah. I'll press on 3. There we go. So there you go. Lovely rivet detail on there. It's quite a
Textured.
textured.
Is it textured?
It is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
Really,
got a little bit of texture, but it's nice.
it's quite springy plastic, but straight off that rivet detail is lovely, isn't it? And I think it's going to be deep enough that it'll cope with a few coats of paint, and a wash will show that off beautifully. So there's not much on the inside. There's a few ejector pins in there, but I think they'll all be hidden because it's on the instructions. A lot of the parts for the cockpit sides are separate parts, and obviously there's nothing here because you're going to have to add the engine. I imagine you have to add the engine even if you're not going to show it, aren't you?
Yeah, I would have thought so, just for structural.
We got your sort of auxiliary fuel tank, leading edge slats, and these look like the radiate flaps to me. Again, there's detail on both sides, which is quite nice as well. Right.
Under the wings.
Yeah.
Look at the wings.
So wings are similar. So you've got another lot of rivet detail on there as well. So pop back out to see the whole sprue. So fairly conventional wing split, but what's nice is this part is all one piece, so you're going to get a nice angle. It's all going to be, you're going to get your geometry nice. And it's got the bulge bit for the larger wheels on the top of the wing, so everything's looking correct so far, with the leading edge slats and flaps and ailerons all separate, so you can pose those nicely. I mean, I'm guessing the point of doing a 35th scale 109 is sort of diorama potential, isn't it? So it's nice that these parts are all separate so you can pose them. And the rudder's in 2 halves, it's not 2 different rudders.
I think it's a nice crossover actually.
It is, isn't it? So
yeah,
we've got bits and pieces here now. It's like a 101 testing engine, isn't it? So sprue D, it's looking like we've got cockpit parts. We've got the instrument panel there. What's the parts for the engine?
I did see
cockpit floor, and there's the fuel pipe.
the fuel light, which is solid. So I'm wondering if you do going to get one on the clear pot. We'll have a look when we do the clear parts just to see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's not a major loss because if it's not, I mean, you tend to have one little clear section here that you leave clear for the fuel, but you've got all the engine bearers and various engine parts, and what isn't?
There's no instrument panel decals, is there?
There's nothing for the dials.
Is there not that dials actually moulded on?
They're there, but
Blank.
they're blank. So there's perhaps going to be a little bit of a need for an aftermarket there, but you've got 2 sets of armoured headrests. So far I can say it looks like you get a hell of a lot of options in the kit to do a lot of different early and later G6s.
Engine detail looks nice as well actually.
The
It's a
engine's
full engine,
stunning,
isn't it?
And all these parts. This has got a really well appointed cockpit.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe Eddard that spoilt us with doing that in the clear part. So next sprue is
That's just rudders and because of a clear bag there.
we're done with the knife.
Knife please. Again, sorry.
We've got these are some of the separate control surfaces and the tail. Again, the rivet details. I think this rivet detail is really nice. It's going to take a wash really well. Interior parts for the radiator. And that's nice.
Just
Again,
want to zoom in.
that's got internal detail, which is really good. So it looks like I think you're going to be able to display the engine without any aftermarket at all. Aren't you? You're not going to need that any aftermarket at all.
There's no sink marks or anything either, is there?
No, I mean there's a little bit of a sink mark inside the undercarriage doors, but once the wheels are on, you're not going to see that. You've got prop, so you can take the cowling off the
Yeah.
internal part of the prop there. Tail wheel, again separate. 2-part tail wheel there.
It's nice design, isn't it?
Texture there.
We've got the wheels and the prop. And that sprue.
Tyres. So the props are all separate. That's a bit of a flashback to a Dragon kit, isn't it?
Oh, you want that?
So you've got 4 prop blades, which
Is it 2 different sorts of props?
must be, because why would you have 4? Unless you, but there's your rockets and your guns. Separate. Every exhaust is a separate part, but that's been slide moulded.
Hollow as well.
So it's hollow. So that's
touch,
really good.
nice touch.
And it's hollow on the machine gun, so that's nice. Your weight on wheels as well. That's really good. I love this. Is looking really nice, isn't it?
It is. Right, so this is going to be the clear parts and the cowlings.
Right. Okay. Here we go. So we've got clear cowlings,
And if you've got all that engine detail,
which there's no ejector pin marks in them, so I guess you could, if you wanted to, put them on and close the engine up.
blanks for masking.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
So you've got a clear sprue and a solid sprue. They're the same one.
Yes, you could use that
Yeah.
as a blank for
Painting.
painting. That's quite handy, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's quite cool, actually. The clear parts are really, there's no distortion. And the riveting detail, it's carried onto the cowling. So these are all the parts that are removed to show the guns, the engine, and again you've got detail on the inside. And what's really nice about these, like I said, on the clear parts, there's no ejector pins, so you've not got the problem of cleaning up the inside of that part. So that is a really, really nice kit, isn't it?
It's got potential, shall we say. So the mystery box, let's see.
Let's see what we get.
So what we can gather is you get different items in different kits. So just pop look what you get with the pilot, I think.
Yeah.
So we've got the
We get a fella.
dead one. By the looks of it.
He's having a nap.
No, he's been shot,
Oh, nice.
I think.
Dead pilot.
Looks like it.
So can you get a 35th scale ambulance to go with it?
I'm sure you can. Yeah.
How do you land it if he's dead?
Hey,
Well, you know, there's always hope.
Yeah, he just died. He just died.
yes.
He's having a nap.
He's had a near-death experience. He's very near.
Okay. Is he really dead?
I think that was the premises
just
of
resting.
his.
No,
you
no, he's
could
just
he's
resting.
having a nana nap.
Yes.
He's not.
This pilot's dead. No, he's just resting.
Pining for the fjords. So here we go. So, again, I've got a resin.
To be honest, that's a
doesn't-
nice looking resin
It
figure.
is looking. You're more the figure
Yeah. To be
person.
honest, that does look nicely detailed.
Yeah. So you've got
Let's
separate
have a look.
oxygen mask as well. A couple of arms.
Yeah.
Apparently he's a bit poorly. But,
He's had better days.
you know.
Bad day at the office.
Yeah. But it's nice you actually get an option that you can put a pilot in it,
Yeah, well,
or leaning against it, whichever one you end up with. I think it would have been perhaps better you could have had a choice of which one you wanted. But, you know, like I say, with the border models kits anyway, I know they've done it with their armour kits. The first issues I've normally got limited editions, and they've got either a gun barrel or stuff, and these are the same, but when the next run comes out you will not get that option. It will just be a standard kit. So as obviously it says on the top of the box, it's a limited edition, but yeah, interesting.
it's what's.
Is that needed compared to the
I mean, if you're going to chip it,
styrene parts?
I mean, I guess you could chip it. I guess you could spray it and then
Yeah.
sort of sand it back, give a fairly realistic effect. But I mean, it's quite nice. It's got the plastic parts have got this little pin on it as well to hopefully just help with alignment.
Gives you an easy option for bending them as well if it's.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's a good point, yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of clean up, there's slight texture, but I mean, if you polish them, spray them, you could have just attack them with a sanding stick, and
Yeah.
you've got a nice, instantly sort of weathered prop blade, assuming they were metal on the real things, of course.
But again, if you're doing, not being funny, a dying figure,
in a crashed one, you could.
With bent props is
Yeah.
brilliant. It's a nice touch, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because trying to bend, as we know, styrene don't really work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 95% sure they did have metal props on these, so I think that's... I'm impressed actually.
I am, and we've just thought we'd do a bit of a comparison. So we've got the Revell 32nd one, just for a size difference. We've got one off of the fuselage, and then obviously we've got the border models fuselage as well to show the size comparison.
So there is quite a difference in size, isn't there?
It's bigger than I actually, or a bit more of a difference than I
didn't think it was that far out, because back in the day you used to say you could mix your
you
scales.
As well, it's narrower, if that makes sense. It's smaller in every scale, aspect of it. So I think it's not a bad scale. I don't think that's even going to be built up into too big a kit.
No, I mean it's a bit of a puzzle when it came out. Why 35th? But
I get it. I'm starting to get it because they're doing a Stuka as well. At some point in the future, hopefully. Again, that's going to be 35th, so we'll see if they carry on with this scale and if it takes off. But if the quality's like that, actually, it's really nice. Really good kit.
You're in demand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice size, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the surface detail and the quality of the mouldings, you can see a bit of flash on this one. This one's not got the rivet detail on it.
But yeah, as a size comparison, you can see. So yeah, overall, very favourable.
Yeah, maybe some aftermarket instrument decals, but apart from
I'm surprised at that. I am surprised they've not included.
There is no
nothing.
They've not included anything. Again, it's a bit like that HK Lank.
It's a bit of a shame because
I know, to be fair, 109 is a bit more buried, but even so,
but
you would
get something.
Yeah.
I mean, a 109, the instrument panel is fairly visible, so you could do with perhaps the air scale.
35th scale one, didn't it? 'Cause air scale
Yeah, I was going to say, who's going to do? Yeah, does anybody do 35th?
Not in 35th.
Not at the minute.
With a bit of luck, air scale,
No.
someone will come to the rescue. But no, I reckon I'd still build it, to be honest. I'd be happy with that.
But yeah, so overall, really, really nice.
Have you got a wing comparison as well?
Yeah. Come over wing, please, Mr. Molyneux.
It's an easy one for people to see.
And a wing off the. You got the wing?
You got it.
See?
I got it.
There you
I'm
go.
quite surprised how far different they are. So if we go for the lower wing, put that one on top, roughly in the same place. Yeah, I see you're almost a centimetre out on span, aren't you?
It's a lot bigger difference than you think, actually,
Yeah,
when you put them, when you do a comparison, because you know we've obviously seen 135th Armour combined with 132nd aircraft, and obviously a perspective thing you can get away with to a point, but actually when you see the proper size to it, it is a big difference.
I never thought there was that much difference. If you're talking, from 32nd to 35th, I would have thought it would have been negligible.
Yeah.
But now, it's a big difference.
Somebody measured it then? Is it accurate?
Of course it's accurate, Bruce.
Oh.
Of course it is. That's nice.
There's a nice sort of easy attachment for the undercarriage because the 109's undercarriage is flimsy at best. So that, again, that's a nice touch that they've put in nice.
Yeah, like I say, I think from my point of view reviewing it, the only letdown is obviously the limited edition part of it is you can't really choose what parts you get in or the figure. It's just whatever box you buy, and you, obviously with it being in the sealed packet, you don't know. It's just a mystery. So it would have been perhaps nice if it was. You could choose what you wanted, shall we say, or you knew what you were getting. But
So you
apart
can
from
do
that,
it as a
the rest
crash
of it-
diorama where he's slammed into a field.
yeah,
Yeah, why not? That's good, isn't it?
but yeah, overall,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
really
like
nice
that.
kit.
Very
Impressed.
good. Well
Actually,
done.
I am impressed. Right, quick.
Round of applause, everyone.
Here's the chipmunk now. We're on a roll.
Yeah, do you want to do a chipmunk now?
Do you want to do a chipmunk?
Forgot.